Have you ever wondered how money can be more than just a tool for spending, but also an ally in helping you achieve financial freedom and stability? In today's video, we'll explore the art of making your money work for you, even while you're sleeping. This isn't just about finances, it's about a way of life, about planting seeds of wisdom to ensure your life truly flourishes. Join us at Dharma Wisdom Talks as we dive into this journey. Never underestimate the value of small savings, because over time, they will accumulate into something much larger in ways you might not expect. Analyzing the philosophy of life and Buddhism on the value of small savings. Philosophy of life: the power of accumulation. In life, the value of small things is often overlooked because they don't create an immediate impact. However, gradual accumulation is the key to achieving great things. Small savings are like drops of water adding up in the ocean little by little. They form a significant change that you may not notice at first. This is a lesson in persistence, patience, and long-term thinking. Personal finance: when it comes to finances, saving small amounts is often neglected because people think they're insignificant. In reality, if you save a little every day and invest wisely, the power of compound interest will make that money grow quickly. Learning and self-development: similarly, reading a page of a book every day or learning a new skill little by little will create a huge transformation over time. Buddhism: accumulating merit and spiritual practice. In Buddhist teachings, the value of small but virtuous actions is also emphasized. The Buddha once taught, "Do not despise the small good deeds, thinking that they won't have an effect. Just like drops of water fill up a container, a wise person who accumulates good deeds will soon attain happiness." Accumulating merit: every small act of kindness, such as a pleasant word, a smile, or a helpful gesture, is a spiritual savings. As you accumulate them, they bring great blessings, which may not come immediately but will surely manifest in time. Daily practice: the journey to enlightenment in Buddhism doesn't happen overnight. Practices such as meditation or keeping precepts start with small efforts every day. These little actions gradually cleanse the mind, bringing you closer to a state of peace and awakening. The golden grain and the treasure of time. Once upon a time, a rich king wanted to teach his people the value of saving. He gave each person a golden grain of rice and told them to take it home and add one regular grain every day. After a year, those who persisted had gathered a treasure of golden rice, while those who neglected the golden grain ended up with nothing. Small things, when maintained daily, will turn into much larger achievements than you could imagine. Finance: start saving, even if it's just a small amount. $1 a day can become a significant amount to invest or face future uncertainties. Work. Spend a little time each day to improve a skill, even just 10 minutes. This small progress will accumulate into major accomplishments. Relationships. Every kind word, every small gesture of care will strengthen relationships and build long-lasting trust. Conclusion. Never underestimate the value of small savings, whether they're in money, time, or merit. Both the philosophy of life and Buddhism encourage us to be persistent, patient, and consistent in our practice to achieve great results. Great things are always built on the smallest of foundations. Thoughtful credit card usage. Debt is not your friend, unless it helps build wealth. Life philosophy. Understanding the nature of debt. In modern life, credit cards are convenient financial tools, but if used carelessly, they can become a heavy burden. Life philosophy teaches us that we must view debt not as a free resource, but as a responsibility that comes with costs. Debt does not create value. When we borrow money to purchase unnecessary items or indulge in luxuries, we are spending money we haven't earned yet on things that aren't truly important. This creates future financial pressure. Debt for investment, on the other hand, using debt as a tool for investing in appreciating assets can become an ally. For example, buying a home to rent out or investing in education to increase income. Practical lesson: not all debt is bad, but we must distinguish between good debt and bad debt. Good debt helps increase wealth, while bad debt drains your finances without providing long-term benefits. Buddhism, the bondage of debt and consumer mindset. In Buddhism, debt is not just a financial concept, but a symbol of attachment and suffering. When we take on debt, we are not only bound by the money owed, but also by worry, stress, and a sense of scarcity. Unmindful consumerism, credit card spending can lead to excessive consumption because the immediate impact of the cost is not felt. This reflects a lack of mindfulness, not being aware of the long-term consequences of our actions. Financial freedom is spiritual freedom. Buddha teaches that in order to attain peace, we must reduce attachments, including material or financial ones. A simple, content life free of debt brings a lighter and more peaceful mind. The lesson of the fish and the debt net. Long ago, a fisherman was fishing in the river. Instead of casting his net at the right time, he bought expensive new nets to store. The nets broke after one season, and the fish didn't increase, leaving him with lost capital and deep in debt. Lesson: not all tools bring benefits. If you don't use them wisely and plan carefully, they can entangle you in debt just like a fish in a net. Practical application and key takeaways. Ask before spending. Before swiping your credit card, ask yourself, is this item truly necessary? Can I repay the debt on time? Can this money be used for investment or savings? Use credit cards only with a clear plan. Limit consumer purchases and use the card only for items that add value, such as educational materials or work tools. Save instead of borrowing. Instead of borrowing for immediate wants, learn to save. Waiting not only helps you acquire what you need but also brings peace of mind. Credit cards are tools, not a free pass to unlimited spending. Debt is not a good companion unless you know how to use it to create long-term value. Living mindfully, being aware of spending, and avoiding the shackles of debt is the path to financial and spiritual freedom. Always remember, true freedom is not having many possessions, but not being bound by possessions and debt. Developing the habit of understanding monthly expenses to recognize where your money is vanishing. Life philosophy, recognizing cash flow, controlling your future. In personal finance management, understanding each of your monthly expenses is not just a skill but a wise habit. Money often vanishes not due to large expenditures, but due to small, recurring, unchecked expenses. The small leak sinks the ship effect. If you don't pay attention to small expenses like daily coffee, frequent dining out, or automatic subscriptions, streaming, apps, they can add up to a large amount that you never anticipated. Awareness changes habits. When you track every expense, you will notice unnecessary spending habits and adjust them. For example, cooking at home instead of ordering takeout not only saves money but also improves your health. Understanding cash flow is the first step to achieving financial freedom and building a secure future. Buddhism, mindfulness in spending, reducing suffering. In Buddhism, mindfulness is a key element to alleviating suffering. This principle applies to financial management as well. Mindfulness about money. Buddha did not teach us to renounce material things entirely, but he encouraged us to use them mindfully, to understand the purpose and impact of each coin we spend. Spending without awareness, even on small things, is a waste of the energy and time we invested in earning that money. Finding balance, use money harmoniously, neither too frugally nor wastefully. For example, instead of shopping to relieve emotions, focus on spending for true needs like health, education, and long-term values. Contentment is happiness. Try TUC6 lack. When we understand our spending and eliminate unnecessary items, we reduce greed, avoid attachment to material things, and live a more peaceful life. The story of the leaky jar. Once, there was a wealthy king who always felt lacking. One day, he discovered that his gold jar had a hole at the bottom. Don't spend money on things just to impress others. Instead, invest in experiences that can change your life for the better. Life philosophy: don't chase after fake glitz. In today's society, many people spend money not because they truly need something, but to impress others. They buy designer clothes, luxury cars, or throw lavish parties just to get attention and admiration. However, these things only provide short-term joy and have no real value in personal development. Consequences of living for others: when you spend money to please or impress others, you lose your freedom. You become a slave to the gaze of others, to external standards, and fall into a never-ending cycle of never feeling enough. Experiences create lasting value. Instead of shopping to show off, invest in experiences that help you grow, like learning a new skill, traveling to expand your knowledge, or participating in community activities to form deep connections with others. These experiences not only bring lasting happiness but also make life more meaningful. Money should be used as a tool to improve your own quality of life, not to buy approval from others. Buddhism: liberation from greed and attachment. In Buddhism, spending money to impress others is a manifestation of attachment and greed. The Buddha taught that material desires never bring true happiness, they only lead to suffering. The impermanence of material things, things like cars, clothes, or jewelry, are only temporary values. They break down, become outdated, and don't bring long-term happiness. Furthermore, the pursuit of material goods makes us forget our true value. Joy from experience and mindfulness: Buddhism encourages us to live mindfully and focus on long-lasting values. Investing in positive experiences not only nurtures the soul but also helps us understand the nature of life better, reducing attachment and suffering. Try TUC 6 lack. Contentment is happiness when we stop chasing after things to impress others. We reach a state of inner peace and freedom. The story of the golden shoes. Once upon a time, there was a poor blacksmith who managed to save enough money to buy a pair of golden shoes for a festival. He hoped these shoes would make people admire him. But when walking on a gravel road, the shoes caused his feet to hurt, and he couldn't walk fast. By the time he reached the festival, he was left behind, and no one even noticed his golden shoes. In the end, he realized he had wasted money on something useless instead of buying food for his family. Lesson: things bought for the sake of showing off are not only wasteful but also cause you to lose sight of what really matters in life. Practical application: how to spend money meaningfully. Ask yourself before spending. Before buying a luxury item, ask yourself, do I really need this? Will it bring lasting happiness or just temporary satisfaction? Prioritize investing in yourself, learning a new skill, taking a course, or traveling to places with cultural or historical significance are ways to use money effectively, bringing long-term value. Cherish experiences, not possessions. Research shows that experiences such as travel, creative activities, or meaningful gatherings leave a more lasting impression and bring more lasting happiness than owning things. Summing up life philosophy and Buddhism. Money is not the goal but the means. Use it to invest in meaningful values for your life. Live mindfully, don't let material things control you, and focus on nurturing your soul through truly beneficial experiences. Always remember, what you own does not define who you are, but the experiences you have will shape who you become. Cherishing experiences over material things will help you live a freer, happier life. Don't skip budgeting. It helps you control your financial future instead of wondering where your money went. Budgeting, the key to controlling your financial future. Budgeting is not just a good habit, it's a powerful tool for taking control of your financial life. Don't underestimate its value, as it not only helps answer the question, "Where did my money go?" but also shapes the direction for every dollar you earn. A deeper look at the importance of budgeting. Understanding your financial picture. When you don't budget, the money you earn is like water flowing into a leaky basket. You spend without control, often ending up in a state of "I don't know where it all went." Budgeting helps you track your cash flow, revealing wasteful or ineffective financial habits. Take control and make proactive decisions. Having a detailed financial plan allows you to look ahead at long-term goals. Instead of living paycheck to paycheck, you'll be motivated to save for bigger goals like buying a home, funding your children's education, or enjoying a comfortable retirement. Peace of mind, avoiding debt pressure. Many people feel financial stress because of uncontrolled spending, leading to debt. When you budget, you know your limits and can avoid spending beyond your means. Applying Buddhist philosophy to budgeting. The Buddha once taught, "Live mindfully in every thought and action." This can be directly applied to managing your finances. When you budget, you're practicing mindfulness, paying attention to each expense, evaluating every income, and living simply without letting material things control your mind. There was a man named Nam, a freelancer with an unstable income. He was always in a state of tight before and tight after, borrowing from friends every month, even though his income wasn't low. One day, he decided to start budgeting. Nam divided his income into categories: living expenses, savings, and miscellaneous spending. He realized he had been spending too much on unnecessary things like eating out and impulse shopping. After a few months of practice, Nam not only paid off his debts but also built an emergency fund for the future. His mindset became lighter, and he no longer worried about his finances like before. Budgeting is not just about controlling finances, it's about controlling your life. When you have a clear plan, every decision becomes easier. Living mindfully with money is part of living mindfully in life. Remember that money is a tool that serves us, not something that turns us into slaves. Advice for you: take a day to sit down and write down all your income and expenses. Don't just write it down, start putting it into practice today. You'll be surprised by the positive changes it brings. If you can't afford to buy an item twice, think twice before buying it the first time to avoid financial strain from impulsive purchases. The buy twice before buying once rule: financial wisdom and mindfulness. This financial rule serves as a guiding principle to help you avoid impulsive buying decisions, thus creating a sustainable and stress-free financial life. Let's explore the deeper meaning of this advice and how to apply it in your life. The meaning of the buy twice rule in finance. Assessing your true financial capability. If you can't afford to buy an item twice without affecting your other expenses, it shows that your finances aren't ready to make that purchase. This rule not only protects you from falling into debt but also encourages you to consider the true value of the item before buying it. Controlling impulsive buying habits. Many people make purchases based on immediate emotions or a desire to impress others, rather than on actual needs. Asking yourself, "Can I afford to buy this twice?" is a useful way to pause and make a thoughtful decision. The Buddhist mindset in consumerism. In Buddhism, there is a profound lesson about sufficiency and mindfulness. The Buddha taught that desire is the root of suffering. Every time you yearn for something extravagant beyond your means, you are placing yourself into a cycle of worry, insecurity, and potential debt. Mindful consumption involves asking yourself the following questions. Do I truly need this item? If I don't buy it, will my life be affected in any significant way? Will buying it add financial pressure to my life? The buy twice rule is a way of practicing mindfulness in money management and steering clear of unnecessary greed. Imagine a young woman named Lan, who just received her first paycheck after months of working. She sees a new phone she loves, and its price is almost equal to her entire month's salary. Instead of thinking it through, she decides to buy it right away because all her friends have one. A few weeks later, she has to borrow money to cover basic living expenses and realizes that the new phone hasn't brought the lasting happiness she expected. If Lan had applied the buy twice rule, she would have recognized that buying the phone wasn't the right financial decision for her at that moment. Key lessons from this rule. 1. Mindful spending, avoiding regret. Before making any purchase, ask yourself, if I don't buy this, will my life really be worse off? 2. Building personal financial discipline. Following the buy twice rule helps you develop the habit of living within your means, not chasing material things or societal expectations. 3. Living simply, reducing financial pressure. Buying less but according to true needs helps free your mind from financial worries, allowing you to focus on what truly matters in life. Advice for you. Before purchasing anything, take a moment to pause and apply this rule. Sometimes, just slowing down for a moment will help you realize that you don't really need it enough to risk your financial stability. Learn the art of negotiation. Every dollar you save is a dollar you earn, and this skill will benefit you for a lifetime. The art of negotiation, a golden skill for long-term success. Negotiation is not only a tool for saving money but also an art of living, helping you gain more from transactions, relationships, and work. Every dollar you save through negotiation is truly a dollar you've earned without putting in extra labor, making this skill one of the most valuable you should possess. Why the art of negotiation is important. Optimizing your finances. When you can negotiate prices, you are directly keeping more value in your pocket. This doesn't just apply to shopping but also in larger transactions such as buying a home, a car, or making business investments. Increasing your personal value. Negotiation not only helps you secure better deals but also boosts your confidence, communication skills, and persuasion ability. Widely applicable in life. Negotiation isn't just about finances, it also helps you reach consensus in relationships, family, and work, from negotiating salaries to resolving conflicts. Negotiation skills according to Buddhist philosophy. Buddhism teaches that words have great power, they can heal or harm. The art of negotiation is not just about getting what you want, but also about using words to reach agreement without causing harm to anyone. Mindfulness in communication. A skilled negotiator doesn't impose or manipulate but seeks to understand the needs of the other party, thus offering suitable solutions. This aligns with the practice of compassion and wisdom in speech. Avoiding greed and anger. In negotiations, you must maintain a calm mind, avoiding being led by greed or anger. This is the way to maintain a fair and effective exchange. There was a guy named Min, who was about to buy a new motorcycle. The listed price was 50 million VND. Min decided not to accept the price immediately and started negotiating. He told the seller that he was willing to pay right away if the price was reduced or if he could receive additional accessories like a helmet and raincoat. After some back and forth, Men bought the motorcycle for 48 million VND, including the accessories, saving 2 million VND and getting additional value. What's special is that men didn't just save money, he also felt more confident in his negotiation skills, preparing him for larger transactions in the future. How to train effective negotiation skills. Prepare thoroughly before negotiating. Research the value of the product or service. Know your limits. What is the maximum amount you're willing to pay? Listen and understand the other party. Ask questions to understand the needs or challenges of the other party. Negotiation is not about winning unilaterally but finding a solution that benefits both sides. Stay calm and patient. Don't rush into decisions. Silence can be your ally while giving the other party time to reconsider. Don't be afraid to say no. Learn how to reject unreasonable proposals in order to protect your interests. Negotiation is a long-term investment. Every time you save $1 through negotiation, you're not only keeping money but also honing your ability to secure more value in life. Mindfulness in negotiation brings harmony. Practice negotiation with respect, calmness, and empathy. You won't only gain material benefits but also build better relationships. Start practicing negotiation skills in small daily transactions. Over time, you'll realize the power of words and how they can change your entire financial future and life. Always remember that money stored in the bank is safe, but it rarely grows. Therefore, learn how to invest wisely. Money in the bank, safe but not optimal. Learn how to invest wisely. Depositing money in the bank provides a sense of security, but it's not the best way to grow your wealth in the long term. Inflation, service fees, and low interest rates can erode the real value of your money over time. Instead of just keeping money in the bank, you need to learn and practice smart investing so your money works for you, instead of just sitting idle. Money in the bank, safe but low yielding. Advantages. Banks provide a safe place to store money, protecting it from risks such as loss or theft. High liquidity. You can withdraw money at any time when needed. Some savings or short-term accounts offer stable interest rates. Disadvantages. Inflation erodes the value of money. If inflation is higher than the bank's interest rate, your money effectively loses value over time. Missed opportunities. Keeping money only in the bank means you're missing out on opportunities from other investment channels such as stocks, real estate, or business. Investing. How to make money work for you. Investing is not only a way to increase wealth but also an art of managing finances, requiring knowledge, mindset, and discipline. Benefits of investing. 1. Increase asset value over the long term. Investment channels like stocks, real estate, or mutual funds generally provide returns much higher than bank interest rates. To protect wealth from inflation, smart investing helps your wealth grow in line with or above the inflation rate. 3. Build passive income streams. Investments like dividend stocks or rental properties can provide regular passive income. Popular investment channels. Stocks, shares, bonds, or ETFs allow you to own part of a business and benefit from economic growth. Real estate. Buying or renting property is a time-tested investment method, especially if you have significant capital. Business. Investing in a business model or startup is a way to generate large profits if you have management experience. Gold or safe haven assets. These are ways to protect wealth during periods of economic instability. The Buddhist spirit in investing, wisdom and mindfulness. Buddhism teaches that wealth is not the ultimate goal but a means to live peacefully and create value for society. This spirit is reflected in investing through avoiding greed. Don't invest just for quick profits, as this often leads to high risks and failure. Mindfulness. Understand your financial goals before investing. Don't let emotions like fear or greed influence your decisions. Building community benefit. Investing is not just about enriching yourself but also contributing to a better society. For example, investing in sustainable businesses or ethical ventures. Nam, an office worker, always kept his savings in the bank because he thought it was the safest option. After 5 years, his money increased by 15% thanks to interest, but when comparing it to the inflation rate, he realized the real value had significantly decreased. After realizing this, he began to explore investing. He divided his savings into parts. 50% kept in the bank for safety. 30% invested in a low-risk mutual fund. 20% invested in stocks of large, stable companies. After 3 years, Nam's investments not only kept up with inflation but also provided significant returns, helping him achieve larger financial goals. How to become a wise investor. 1. Constant learning. Read books on personal finance, attend investment courses. Research different investment channels and assess the risks of each. 2. Proper asset allocation. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your investment portfolio to minimize risk. 3. Patience and discipline. Investing is a long-term journey that requires patience. Don't expect immediate returns. 4. Practice mindfulness in finance. Always think carefully before making any investment decisions. Don't let emotions drive your actions. Rely on data and clear plans. Banks are a safe place to keep money, but they don't help your money grow effectively. Investing is the way to turn money into a tool that helps you achieve financial independence and protect your wealth from inflation. Investment wisdom comes not only from knowledge but also from a mindful mindset, knowing when enough is enough and avoiding greed. Don't let your money sleep in the bank. Start learning how to invest today, step by step, to build a sustainable and comfortable financial future. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint, and patience is your most reliable companion. Why you should avoid get-rich-quick schemes. High risk, heavy consequences. Promises of massive returns in a short period often come with significant risks. Examples include fraudulent pyramid schemes, investing in dubious assets, or engaging in opaque business deals. When these ventures fail, you don't just lose money, you lose time and trust in yourself. Greed leads to mistakes. The desire to get rich quickly drives people to skip over proper analysis and dive into tempting opportunities. This is when greed takes over, leading to unwise financial decisions. The trap of asset bubbles. Assets that rise in value too quickly, such as hot stocks, speculative real estate, or worthless cryptocurrencies, can easily create bubbles. When the bubble bursts, many lose everything. Wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Just like a marathon requires endurance and strategy, building wealth requires discipline and a clear plan. Define your long-term financial goals. What do you want to achieve in 10, 20, or 30 years? Budget wisely, save, and invest consistently. Long-term investment. Investments in stocks, mutual funds, or real estate often require time to yield optimal returns. The key is patience and resisting the urge to be swayed by short-term market fluctuations. Continuous learning. The journey to wealth is a never-ending learning process. Educating yourself about finance, investments, and money management principles will help you make better decisions. Patience, your most reliable companion. In Buddhism, patience, khanti, is a noble virtue that helps people overcome difficulties and achieve their goals. In finance, patience is the foundation for building lasting wealth. Patience helps avoid mistakes. It prevents you from being lured into risky investments or making hasty financial decisions. Patience allows for careful research and the selection of valuable opportunities. Patience brings long-term rewards. Sustainable investments take time to bear fruit. Trust your strategy and let time work for you. A Buddhist story on patience. The Buddha once told a story about a farmer planting seeds. The farmer knew he must wait for the plant to grow and bear fruit. It cannot be rushed. Patience and hard work allowed him to reap a bountiful harvest. In finance, this is similar. Hard work, saving, and consistent investing lead to success. Case study: Lynn's transformation. Lynn, an office worker, was once drawn to an investment project promising 50% returns in just 6 months. Eager for quick profits, she withdrew all her savings to participate. The project collapsed, and she lost everything. After this setback, she decided to change her mindset. Each month, she now sets aside 20% of her income to invest in index funds and save. Rather than expecting immediate returns, she patiently waits for her assets to grow over the next 10 years. After 10 years, Lynn not only recovered the money she lost but also accumulated substantial savings, allowing her to retire early. How to avoid the temptation of quick wealth. 1. Stick to financial principles. Avoid investments that promise unrealistic returns. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. 2. Develop a long-term mindset. Focus on steadily accumulating wealth rather than seeking quick gains that lead to failure. 3. Learn how to analyze risks. Before making any financial decision, ask yourself, is this opportunity transparent? What are the potential risks? 4. Always ask, am I being driven by greed? Buddhism teaches that greed is the root of suffering. Be mindful and control your emotions. Final thoughts. Building lasting wealth takes time and patience. Don't let the allure of quick schemes steal your money and time. Think of wealth building as a marathon. Speed isn't important, what matters is stability and persistence. Patience is not only a necessary virtue in finance but a trait that can help you succeed in all areas of life. Avoid the dream of getting rich quickly and focus on the long road. It is the only true path to real wealth and happiness. Make saving money a non-negotiable habit, building your financial safety cushion. Life is full of surprises, and emergencies often arise without warning. This is why saving money should not be just a choice but a non-negotiable habit, a commitment. Your savings serve as your financial cushion, helping you weather life's storms without completely disrupting your life. Why saving should be a non-negotiable habit. Emergencies never give warning. Accidents, job loss, illness, or other unforeseen events can occur when you least expect them. Without savings, you're at risk of falling into a cycle of debt. A safety cushion for the future, savings act as a safety net, helping you reduce financial stress in tough times. Not only are you protecting yourself, but you're also providing peace of mind for your family. Avoid living on debt. Having no savings often means relying on credit cards or borrowing money during emergencies, which leads to a burden of interest and an endless debt cycle. How to make saving money a habit. A. Set clear savings goals. Determine how much you need for an emergency fund. A common rule of thumb is to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. In addition to your emergency fund, set long-term goals like buying a home, retirement, or funding your children's education. B. Save first, spend later. Treat saving like a bill you have to pay every month. As soon as you get paid, transfer a fixed percentage, example 10 to 20% of your income, into your savings account. C. Automate the savings process. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account every month. This helps you maintain the habit without having to think about it. D. Cut unnecessary spending. To save effectively, learn to distinguish between needs and wants. Limit non-essential expenses and redirect those funds towards savings. Benefits of building a saving habit. Ready to face surprises. You'll no longer feel anxious when an emergency occurs because you'll have a financial backup. Increased confidence and control. Knowing that you're saving for the future will give you a sense of security and control over your life. Create a foundation for bigger goals. Savings not only help you get through tough times, but they also serve as the stepping stone for achieving long-term financial goals like investing, buying a home, or starting a business. Buddhism and the lesson of preparedness. In Buddhism, an essential principle is mindfulness, always being aware and preparing for what may arise in life. The Buddha taught, no one can stop impermanence, but the wise always know how to prepare for it. Saving money is much like preparing your mindset. You may not know when a crisis will happen, but once you're prepared, you won't be swept up by worry and fear. Buddhist story illustration. There was a farmer who always worked diligently, storing rice in his barn regardless of whether the harvest was good or bad. When a drought lasted 3 years, others were suffering from hunger, but this farmer remained stable thanks to his stocked rice. Saving money is like having your own rice barn. It helps you not only survive but also thrive during difficult times. Tuan is an office worker who learned a valuable lesson after facing a personal financial crisis. He used to live by the motto "let's see what happens," and spent all his salary without saving. When he unexpectedly lost his job during the pandemic, he didn't have a backup and had to borrow from others to cover living expenses. After that shock, he decided to change. Each month, he set aside 20% of his income for an emergency fund and cut unnecessary expenses. 2 years later, he not only had a solid savings account but also felt more confident in facing any situation. How to stay motivated to save. 1. Imagine a safe future. Think about the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have enough money to handle any unexpected event. 2. Track your progress. Use an app or a notebook to record your monthly savings. This will encourage you to continue the habit. 3. Set small rewards. When you reach a savings milestone, reward yourself reasonably to keep up the motivation. Saving is not a choice, it's an obligation to yourself. Make saving a habit, like brushing your teeth daily, something you can't live without. Your savings cushion is your financial safety net that helps you survive and thrive through life's unpredictable challenges. Don't wait for an emergency to realize the value of saving. Start today, even with a small amount. A small habit each day can make a big difference in the future. Spend less time trying to appear wealthy, and focus more on building real and sustainable wealth. In today's society, we're often caught up in the race for materialism, trying to show off an image of wealth and success, even without a solid financial foundation. But an important truth is, true wealth isn't about what you show on the outside, but about what you build in your life and finances. The trap of wanting to appear wealthy. Spending to impress. Many people feel pressured to spend on expensive items like clothing, cars, and homes to show off their wealth. However, these are often unnecessary expenses, sometimes just a facade that hides their actual financial struggles. Following social trends. In the age of social media, chasing the trend often leads people to spend recklessly just to appear impressive in others' eyes. But this only drags you into a cycle of excessive spending, without any long-term financial planning. Borrowing to look rich. Some people even use credit cards or take loans to purchase luxurious items just to create an illusion of wealth. But the truth is, these items don't generate lasting value, they only create debt and financial stress. Why you should focus on sustainable wealth. Long-term financial stability. Building real wealth means creating a solid financial foundation, from which you can grow sustainable assets. This not only allows you to live comfortably but also ensures you can handle emergencies without borrowing or stressing out. Investing in real values. Sustainable wealth comes from smart decisions like investing in real estate, stocks, mutual funds, or other financial vehicles, rather than just spending on things that show on the outside. This helps your wealth grow over time. Financial and time freedom. When you're not concerned with maintaining a rich persona, you can focus on what truly matters, like building a career, nurturing your family, or even resting and enjoying life. Financial freedom comes from having the resources to live without the burden of debt or reckless spending. Ways to build sustainable wealth. Develop saving and investing habits early. Saving a portion of your income each month is the first crucial step toward building wealth. This will provide the capital for future investments that will generate returns. Focus on personal development. Investing in knowledge, skills, and self-improvement not only increases your income but also helps you build a stable, long-term career. This is the foundation for sustainable wealth. Buy assets, not liabilities. One of the quickest ways to build wealth is by purchasing assets that appreciate over time, like real estate, stocks, or other investment tools. Meanwhile, liabilities like expensive cars or jewelry don't provide returns, they only drain your finances. Avoid impulsive financial decisions. Don't let the temptation of immediate purchases distract you from your long-term financial goals. Instead of spending on luxury items, focus on investments that will increase in value over time. Buddhism and the lesson of true wealth. In Buddhism, beware of greed is an essential teaching. Greed can lead to an obsession with materialism, causing you to chase external values and overlook inner peace and lasting values. The Buddha taught that true wealth doesn't come from accumulating material possessions but from wisdom, simple living, and harmony with nature and life. There's a story of a monk who once craved expensive possessions and took pride in showing them off to others. However, after meeting a humble ascetic who lived a simple life, the monk realized that true wealth lies in peace and freedom, not in material possessions. Ms. Ian's story. Ms. Lan, who works in marketing, once lived a life of showing off her wealth. She owned a luxury car, an expensive phone, and loved attending high-class events to flaunt her status. But over time, she realized she had spent too much money on things that didn't provide long-term value. She decided to change. Instead of continuing to buy things to show off, she started investing in real estate and set up a small investment fund. A few years later, her wealth not only stabilized but grew significantly, and she felt financially free, no longer under pressure to maintain a certain image. Don't live to show off, live to build real wealth. Instead of focusing on displaying your wealth through material possessions, invest in what can truly help you grow and become genuinely wealthy in the long run. Sustainable wealth comes from wise decisions and perseverance. Make investing in yourself and assets your top priority. True wealth isn't about what you have today, but about what you create and protect for the future. Money can bring comfort, but peace of mind is the real wealth. Never underestimate the importance of a good credit score, as it is one of your most valuable assets in achieving financial stability. A good credit score is one of the most important factors determining your financial capacity in the modern world. Many people tend to overlook or disregard their credit score, thinking it is just a number with little impact on their lives. However, the reality is that your credit score can profoundly affect your ability to borrow, the terms of any loans, and even your job prospects or access to services. What is a credit score and why is it important? A credit score is an indicator of how trustworthy you are to financial institutions. It is calculated based on factors such as your repayment history, the number of credit accounts you have, how often you borrow money, and the amount of debt you are currently carrying. Credit scores typically range from 300 to 850, with higher scores meaning better access to credit and more favorable terms. Why is a credit score important? Ease of borrowing. A good credit score makes it easier for you to borrow money from banks or financial institutions with lower interest rates. This can save you a significant amount of money over the long term. A lower credit score, on the other hand, could make it harder for you to get a loan or force you to accept higher interest rates. Better loan terms. With a good credit score, not only is borrowing easier, but the terms of your loan are also more favorable. For example, you may be able to borrow for a longer period, get a higher loan amount, or enjoy lower interest rates. Impact on rental, employment, and insurance contracts. Your credit score not only impacts loans but also affects your ability to rent a home or sign insurance contracts. Landlords or insurance companies may check your credit score to determine if you can afford to pay your bills. How a credit score affects personal finances. Home loans. When buying a home, having a good credit score allows you to secure a loan at a lower interest rate, saving you a lot of money over the life of the loan. Many people don't realize that even a slight difference in interest rates can make a huge difference in the total amount paid. Car loans. If you're looking to buy a car and don't have enough cash, your credit score will determine how much you can borrow and at what interest rate. A good credit score will help you get a low interest rate, reducing your financial burden. Debt management. If you have a low credit score, it may indicate that you are struggling with debt management. This could make financial institutions reluctant to lend to you, or if they do, they may offer unfavorable terms. How to improve and maintain a good credit score. Pay your bills on time. Paying your bills on time is the most crucial factor in maintaining a good credit score. Even a single late payment can negatively affect your credit score. Control credit utilization. Using up or nearly maxing out your credit limit can lower your credit score. This signals to financial institutions that you are a high-risk borrower. A reasonable credit utilization rate is below 30% of your credit limit. Avoid opening too many credit accounts. Opening too many credit accounts within a short period can reduce your credit score. Lenders view this as a sign of financial instability. Regularly check your credit report. Sometimes, errors can appear on your credit report without your knowledge. Regularly checking your report allows you to spot and fix mistakes in a timely manner, preventing damage to your credit score. Men's story. Men is someone who always focuses on budgeting and saving, but he never paid attention to his credit score. For a long time, he only used his credit card for payments without worrying about making timely payments or checking his credit report. As a result, when he wanted to buy a house, he was offered a very high interest rate because his credit score was low. Realizing the importance of his credit score, men began to change his financial habits. He paid all his bills on time, controlled his credit utilization, and made a habit of checking his credit report. Gradually, his credit score improved, and when he applied for a mortgage again, he was offered a much lower interest rate. Key takeaways. A credit score is an invisible but crucial asset. A good credit score not only makes borrowing easier but also gives you better financial conditions in the future. A good credit score brings financial stability. Maintaining a good credit score is a critical part of building a solid financial foundation. You won't have to worry about high interest rates or loan rejections when you need them. Careful credit management is key. Paying on time, controlling your credit utilization, and regularly checking your credit report are essential steps to maintaining a good credit score. A credit score isn't something that can be changed overnight, but if you maintain healthy financial habits, it will become an invaluable asset that helps you achieve long-term financial stability. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Just because you earn more doesn't mean you should spend more. Save for your future. What is lifestyle inflation? Lifestyle inflation happens when someone begins to spend more as their income increases. Instead of maintaining their original spending habits, they feel they deserve new things, luxurious experiences, and a more expensive lifestyle. This can result in them spending almost all of the extra income and leaving little for savings or investments. For example, if you get a significant pay raise, you might decide to upgrade your home, buy expensive clothes, or travel more without considering your long-term financial goals. Without a clear financial plan, you could face difficulties when unexpected financial emergencies arise or when you want to invest in your future. The consequences of lifestyle inflation. No savings for the future. If you spend all your increased income on non-essentials, you won't set aside money for more important future goals like buying a home, education, or retirement. Instead of saving, you might end up living month to month with no financial cushion. Lack of financial stability. Lifestyle inflation can lead to a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, with little or no savings or investments. This leaves you without financial flexibility when faced with emergencies, such as job loss or unexpected medical expenses. Difficulty achieving long-term financial goals. Without saving and investing now, you will struggle to achieve big financial goals like early retirement, buying a home, or building a stable retirement fund. A lack of long-term financial planning will make it hard for you to live comfortably in the future. How to avoid lifestyle inflation. Maintain a frugal lifestyle when your income increases. When you receive a pay raise, instead of rushing to spend it, consider how you can maintain the simple lifestyle you've been living. Try to keep a large portion of the extra income for saving and investing, rather than increasing spending. Create a clear financial plan. Develop a detailed budget to control your spending. Set specific financial goals, such as saving a certain percentage of your monthly income, to ensure you are investing in your future. Don't let your money disappear into unnecessary expenditures. Invest for the future. Use your extra income to invest in financial tools that can help you build a solid financial future, such as retirement funds, stocks, real estate, or other investment projects. Investing not only helps you grow your wealth but also helps you achieve financial independence in the future. Avoid chasing consumer trends. In today's world, it's easy to be tempted by consumer trends and buy luxurious items. However, don't let yourself get caught up in spending just because you have the financial ability. Remember, owning an expensive item doesn't mean you are living a better life. Always think twice before spending. Develop the habit of saving from the start. Whether your income is high or low, always make saving a habit. You can start with small amounts and gradually increase over time. Building a savings habit from the start provides a solid financial foundation and is an essential tool to help you navigate any financial crisis in the future. A real-life story about lifestyle inflation. Du is a young man who just graduated and landed a stable job with a good salary. After receiving a pay raise, he was excited and began spending on things he thought he deserved, like buying a new car, upgrading his phone, and going on expensive vacations. Initially, he felt very satisfied with his new lifestyle, but just a few years later, he realized that he no longer had enough money to save or invest for bigger goals like buying a home or retiring. Du came to the realization that overspending on things he didn't really need had trapped him in a financial cycle. He decided to change his lifestyle, cutting back on unnecessary expenses and started saving and investing a portion of his income into a retirement fund and stocks. After some time, not only did he have a solid savings fund, but he also felt more confident about his financial future. The lessons learned. Lifestyle inflation is a dangerous financial trap. When your income increases, it's important not to let greed take over and avoid falling into the trap of excessive spending. Saving and investing are key to securing your financial future. Always remember that saving and investing are necessary habits for building a stable financial future. Managing spending and creating a financial plan is crucial. Set clear financial goals and diligently follow your saving plan to avoid lifestyle inflation and ensure long-term financial stability. Remember, when your income increases, it's an opportunity to build a solid financial future, not to spend recklessly. Learning the difference between needs and wants, an essential skill for maintaining financial stability. Understanding the difference between needs and wants is one of the most important financial skills anyone can learn, especially when making daily spending decisions. Without a clear understanding of the boundaries between these two concepts, it's easy to fall into overspending, leading to financial instability. Let's dive deeper into this issue and explore how it affects your financial stability. Needs versus wants, definitions and differences. Needs are the essential items required to maintain basic life and health. These are necessary expenses, and without them, you would face serious issues regarding health, safety, and survival. Examples of needs include food, shelter, clothing, and medical care. Wants are non-essential items that enhance the quality of life. These are things you can live without, but they provide comfort, satisfaction, or enjoyment. Examples of wants include luxury cars, the latest phone, or expensive vacations. The clear difference. Needs are the minimum requirements for you to live and function normally. Wants are things that make life more enjoyable, but they are not truly necessary for your survival. Why is it important to distinguish between needs and wants? When you can't tell the difference between needs and wants, it's easy to fall into the trap of uncontrolled spending. Sometimes, spending on wants can exceed your financial ability, leading to debt, wasteful spending, and eventually, financial instability. Let's explore some reasons why distinguishing between the two is so important. Helps control spending. When you clearly understand which is a need and which is a want, you can make smarter spending decisions. You'll prioritize spending on truly necessary items first and only buy luxuries when you can afford them without impacting your long-term financial goals. Reduces impulsive spending. Recognizing wants helps you resist the temptation of unnecessary items, especially when they are heavily advertised and make you feel like they are must-haves. This keeps you from falling into the trap of impulse buying and prevents feelings of deprivation when you don't buy things you want. Ensures financial stability. If you can distinguish between needs and wants, you can create a reasonable budget, allowing you to save and invest in key financial goals like buying a house, education, or retirement. How to distinguish between needs and wants in real life. Here are some tips and strategies to help you clearly differentiate needs from wants in your daily life. Identify long-term goals. One of the best ways to distinguish between needs and wants is to look at your long-term financial goals. If an expense impacts your ability to achieve those goals, such as buying a house or retirement, it's likely a want, not a need. Ask yourself, can I live without this item? Before deciding to buy something new, ask yourself if you could live without it. If the answer is yes, it's probably a want. If you feel like you can't live without it, it's an essential need. Create a clear budget. When creating a budget, separate your spending into two categories: needs and wants. Make sure the majority of your budget goes toward needs, and only a small portion is allocated for wants. This helps you maintain financial balance and avoid being sidetracked by unnecessary items. Learn to control emotions. A crucial factor in distinguishing between needs and wants is emotional control. Sometimes, we may crave a new item simply because of its appeal or because someone else has it. Recognizing this emotion and taking a step back before making a decision will help you avoid making impulsive financial choices. A real-life story about distinguishing between needs and wants. Lan is a married woman who is working hard to save up for a house. One day, she came across a new car she absolutely loved and wanted to buy. She felt she deserved the car after working hard and achieving certain milestones in her career. However, after carefully considering her financial goals, she realized that the car was not an essential need but rather a want. She also realized that purchasing the car would slow down her savings for her future home. By clearly distinguishing between needs and wants, Lan decided to postpone the car purchase and continue saving for her bigger goal. This decision helped her maintain financial stability and ensured that her long-term objectives remained achievable. Distinguishing needs and wants helps you control spending. Learning to distinguish between needs and wants is an essential skill for maintaining financial stability. This way, you can focus on what truly matters and avoid wasteful spending. Always keep your long-term financial goals in mind. To make sound spending decisions, always remember your long-term financial goals. Spending on wants can slow down the achievement of those goals. Create a budget and control emotions. A clear budget and emotional control are key to distinguishing needs from wants. Always think carefully before spending, and make sure you're using your money wisely. Learning how to distinguish between needs and wants will help you maintain financial stability and achieve your important financial goals in life. Always have an emergency fund, a shield against life's surprises. Life is full of unexpected events, from minor incidents to serious emergencies. Having an emergency fund is not just a financial safeguard, it also brings peace of mind. It ensures that unforeseen circumstances don't completely derail your financial plans. What is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is a separate savings account, reserved for unexpected emergencies or unforeseen situations. This can include medical emergencies, costs for medical treatment, medications, or unexpected surgeries. Job loss, ensuring you have enough funds to cover living expenses while searching for a new job. Urgent repairs, for example, car breakdowns, or unexpected home repairs. Other unforeseen situations, like providing financial support to family or dealing with a natural disaster. Why do you need an emergency fund? Ensures financial stability. An emergency fund allows you to face emergencies without taking on debt or selling important assets. It keeps your long-term financial plans intact. Reduces stress. Knowing that you have a backup fund gives you peace of mind and reduces anxiety over life's uncertainties. Prevents debt. Without an emergency fund, you may resort to credit cards or high-interest loans, which could prolong your financial struggles. Protects long-term goals. Being prepared means you won't have to dip into long-term investments or savings, such as retirement funds or home buying plans. How much should your emergency fund be? An ideal emergency fund is typically equivalent to 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This number can vary based on your financial situation, lifestyle, and income stability. Stable employment. If you have a stable job with minimal risk of unemployment, a 3-month living expense emergency fund may suffice. Freelancers or unstable income. If you are self-employed or have an unpredictable income, you may need a larger fund, ideally 6 months or even a year of living expenses. How to build your emergency fund. 1. Define your fund goal. Calculate your monthly living expenses, including housing, food, bills, and other essential spending. Then, determine the total amount you need to save for your emergency fund. 2. Save in small steps. Start by saving a small amount each month and gradually increase it over time. Don't feel pressured to build the entire fund at once. 3. Automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers from your main account to your savings account each time you receive your paycheck. This helps maintain discipline and ensures you don't forget to save. 4. Keep your funds separate. To prevent spending the emergency fund on non-essential items, keep it in a separate savings account that isn't easily accessible, but still available when needed. 5. Don't use the fund for other purposes. Remember, your emergency fund should only be used for genuine emergencies. Don't dip into it for shopping or non-essential expenses. Real life story: an emergency fund saves the day during a crisis. Min is an office worker who always believed his job was secure and low risk. However, when the pandemic struck, he unexpectedly lost his job due to company downsizing. Fortunately, he had an emergency fund that covered 6 months of living expenses, allowing him to maintain his lifestyle and cover rent and essential bills while searching for a new job. The emergency fund not only prevented Min from going into debt but also gave him the confidence and focus to apply for new jobs. After 4 months, he secured a higher paying position, and the lesson of having an emergency fund became a crucial principle in his life. An emergency fund is an essential financial shield. Unexpected surprises are unavoidable, but you can control how you handle them by preparing in advance. Don't wait for an emergency to start saving. Building an emergency fund should start as soon as possible, even with small initial savings. Financial stability isn't just about high income. What matters most is being prepared for the unexpected, allowing you to maintain your lifestyle without disruption. Remember, an emergency fund is not just money, it's a symbol of confidence, control, and responsibility in managing your financial life. The principle of diversifying your income sources, building financial stability. In an ever-changing economy, relying solely on one income source, such as a salary from your main job, can leave you vulnerable to unexpected financial risks. Diversifying your income not only helps minimize risks but also creates opportunities to grow your wealth and achieve long-term stability. Why relying on one income source is a weakness. Risk of losing your primary income source, an event like job loss, salary cuts, or an industry change could throw you into a financial crisis. Limits on financial growth, depending on just one income source, restricts your ability to accumulate wealth or take advantage of investment opportunities. Unable to meet long-term financial goals, relying on your main salary may not be enough to cover unexpected expenses, save for retirement, or invest for the future. Benefits of diversifying income sources. Minimizing financial risk. When you have multiple income streams, if one is affected, others can help you maintain stability. Increasing asset accumulation. Extra income sources can be used to invest, pay off debt, or save for larger financial goals. Creating flexibility in life. With multiple income sources, you can handle life's fluctuations without feeling too much pressure. Expanding skills and networks. Side income activities can help you develop new skills and connect with like-minded people. Ways to diversify your income sources. Investment income. Invest in stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. Buy real estate and rent it out. Create passive income from dividends or interest. Side hustles. Freelance in areas you're skilled in, like writing, design, or programming. Teach online, offer consulting, or run courses. Start a small business, such as online selling or providing services. Build passive income. Publish books or digital products, e-books, courses. Create content on platforms like YouTube, blogs, or podcasts. Invest in income-generating assets like rental machinery or royalties. Business partnerships. Invest in small businesses or startups. Put money into high-profit, income-generating projects. Income from unique skills. If you have talents like cooking, photography, or music, use them to generate additional income. Share your knowledge by writing books or teaching. Real life story, a lesson from diversifying. Ms. Huang, an accountant, once had stable income from her main job. However, when the pandemic hit, her company had to downsize, and she lost her job unexpectedly. Thanks to the side income she had already built through teaching online and investing in stocks, she was not only able to maintain her household expenses but also continued to grow her career during this challenging time. 6 months later, Ms. Huang found a new job with a higher salary. From then on, she understood the importance of diversifying her income. How to get started? Assess your skills and passions, identify what you can leverage to create side income. Start small. You don't need to make a big investment right away. Try small ideas and gradually build them up. Invest in learning, acquire new skills or take courses to broaden your money-making opportunities. Create a clear plan, set specific goals and make a plan for each income source. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Relying on one income source is taking on a big risk. Be flexible and creative. Your income sources don't have to be huge at the start. The key is having a backup plan. Build sustainable finances. Diversification isn't just about making more money, it's about ensuring future freedom and stability. Remember, building financial stability isn't something that happens overnight. But with small, consistent steps and patience, you can turn income diversification into the foundation of your financial independence. The lesson of lending money, when money and friendship intersect. Lending money, whether out of kindness or a sense of duty, is always a double-edged sword. The saying "avoid lending money you can't afford to lose" is not just a financial warning, It is also a profound lesson on how we value relationships and manage risks. Why should you avoid lending money you can't afford to lose? Not everyone repays their debts. Even if you lend money because you trust the person, the reality is that many people fail to keep their promises. Difficult circumstances or irresponsibility can prevent the loan from being repaid. Risk to your own financial well-being. When you lend money that you cannot afford to lose, you place yourself at financial risk. An unpaid loan can disrupt your own financial plans. Impact on relationships. Money can change how both you and the borrower view the relationship. If not handled carefully, it can lead to emotional strain or even a rupture in your bond. Negative impacts of lending money in relationships. Power imbalances. The lender often feels entitled to request repayment, while the borrower may feel pressure or even shame. This creates an invisible gap between the two parties. Misunderstandings and conflict. If the loan isn't repaid on time, the lender may feel exploited, while the borrower could feel judged or blamed. Loss of trust and friendship. An unpaid loan can break the foundation of trust between friends or family, sometimes even causing the relationship to dissolve entirely. How to handle lending money. Ask yourself, can I afford to lose this money without significantly affecting